Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? How are we today? One in the chat if you can hear me. It is a wonderful day. Happy hump day, everyone. You made it halfway through the week. Okay, you can hear me. Fantastic. So let's see who's here. Fancy, fancy. Ethan's husband. Church Nelly. Hello. Every new live, I see new names, and that makes me happy. And seeing all of the usuals makes me also happy. Hello, Patricia, Elaine, Joan, Betty. Betty, I have no idea where Kate was today. I just know that she was in like a brown dress or something that apparently cost £355. That's all I know. I can't tell you where she was. Hello, Latoya. Hello, Sonia. See who else is here. Robert Collins. I gather January over on Shutter Island must be tough for the tabloids, baiting with the hope of a response. We know that works in Sussex. We know how that works in Sussex world. Yeah, exactly. They're not going to get any response. And yes, January is very difficult because, like I've said the last few podcasts, what have I said? January is the worst month for advertising, and they rely on clicks and attention. And the more clicks and attention you get, the more advertisers pay. But budgets in general in January are rubbish. So yes, they are hungry. They're going to come up with absolutely anything. They're begging Harry and Meghan to do something. So funny. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. See who else is here. Cookies and cream. Audrey, all from New Orleans. Hello, hello. Mary G. Beverly, hello. Let's just let everyone stream in. Hello, Susie. Hello, Sherry. Sandy. All right, I think we've got almost all of the usuals. So, oh, hello, Helene. All right, let's get started. So, I just wanted to say thank you, everyone who came to the meditation this morning. I hope that you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making that video. Sorry, I've just realized that I've got my whole setup, but I don't actually have a picture of the thumbnail for the meditation in case anybody missed it. Just give me a second while it uploads. So thank you everybody who came this morning or who's watched it on replay. It's there whenever you want to go back to it. There it was. I wanted to try something a little different. And I feel like sometimes it can get very stressful in Sussex squad land, and sometimes we just need a de-stress. I do meditate almost every single morning. I got into meditation in 2018 when I went to Bali, Indonesia. Beautiful place if you want to add anywhere to your wish list now that the world is slowly opening up. And yeah, if you like stuff like that, I'm very much open to doing more stuff like that in the future. And again, what I am considering though is to actually have, there's a lot of kind of like level up stuff, lifestyle-y stuff that I do want to do. I just don't know, and maybe you can give me your feedback, whether I should have it on this channel or just start a slightly different like spin-off channel, which is more dedicated to level up stuff and not try and mix the two. I'd love to know your opinion on it because there's so many things that I want to do. for the community. Like another thing that I was thinking about was I've worked in 2 startups before, so I've gone through the whole experience of like, raising rounds, and all kind of like the different avenues of how to get money for your business. So those are the type of things that I really wanna start doing, like, for the whole Sussex Squad community because, like, I want us to level up too. Like, the reason I started being a fan of Harry and Meghan was because I was so inspired by what they were doing. I was so inspired by Meghan's life and everything that she's done in her life. So I want to be able to kind of create content that can also inspire the community to do amazing things with their lives. Like, not all of us are going to get $1 million Manchester mansion, but we can get our own version of success, and I want us all to be successful as well. So oh, thank you so much, Daniel. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. And I definitely want to do stuff like that again. And you can go back to it whenever you like. It's always going to be there. Let me just scroll down for your comments. Um, Andrew, and there, if you say anything about William or Andrew, they want Harry and Meghan as they wait. I hope they're going broke. Yeah. I'm actually going to post the link later on. I might put it in the community section, but there is a very funny video. I mentioned it in passing in the last podcast. There's a very funny video, a recent video of Chris Ship talking about Catherine's 40th birthday. And guys and dolls, he is so uninterested. Like, he's literally bored and trying to move the subject on. He doesn't want to talk about it at all. He's being very sarcastic to the other interviewer. And it's just so funny, like, how all of these royal rodents, like, their mask is slipping. They are bored of their faves. See what else saying. Kelly, the fail was waiting for reply from the Sussexes and they get nothing. Well, they're not going to get absolutely anything. Personally, I don't know why they haven't learned at this point that they're not going to get anything. Church Nelly, I'm trying to be successful, taking out the tinsel in my wig. We are all going to be successful, and I want us to be successful, which is why I'm so on kind of creating content that's, the type of content that basically Meghan used to create for the TIG. Like, that stuff was super inspiring, and it just hurts my soul that I never got to experience the TIG. Sylvia, Betty, Dr. Doolittle events are usually no concern to Sut Squad. Doolittle needs no PR from the Sut Squad family, but it's your choice. Yeah, I have noticed more and more often a lot of squaddies are now almost promoting the other stuff that the other royals do. And I mean, we can have a laugh about it and stuff, but I think we have to find the line between spending too much time focusing on that to the point where we're promoting it, if that makes sense. Hello, Irma. Love your content and your accent. Thank you. Thank you very much. See what else you're saying. Kat Harlem, yes, we can all level up and get out of our comfort zone. Yeah, and there's so many things that I've done in my life that have really helped me to progress. Choosing to travel, choosing to write and actually write a book. Like, there's so many things that I've been inspired to do, and like I want to inspire other people the way that Meghan inspired me. But maybe choose 1 or 2 times in the week for the level up and the rest of the Sussexes. That is a good idea. That's a good suggestion. Maybe I could make it on a Monday, like motivational Mondays. Should we do it like that? And then, like, all the other days. So I will literally just have one day where it's just motivational content, and then all the other days will be just Sussex and royals whenever they're acting silly and we actually need to cover them. All the other days will just be that. Maybe we could do that. Randy, oh, I'm glad you appreciated it. CMAC, was the tweet from Cardi B real? Yeah, it was real. I believe it was real. Lean. I would love it if you do positive TIG content. Okay, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna do a community vote. So after the podcast, you go to the community tab. We're gonna vote whether or not I pick one day of the week where I do uplifting content, and then all the rest of the other days, it's Sussex and royal related stuff, or I start some other different platform, either a different channel or a kind of like a different blog. So it'll still be along the lines of, I don't know, maybe I'll name it like level up like a duchess or something like that. But I'll let you decide because I want you to decide like how the channel runs like that. Oh, thank you so much, Joanne. Marsha, maybe Cardi B and Megan will talk about taking down Megan's trolls for good. Cardi set the precedents, and hopefully YouTube is listening. Well, I'm actually going to talk about this, but in a different video. I'm not going to talk about it now. um, But I think ultimately Meghan's lawyers knows what's best. Meghan's lawyers know how the law works because there's our assumption about what's going to happen going forward versus how the law actually works and how the social media platforms are going to react. So let's leave it in Meghan's lawyers' hands, I say. Hey, Kay Castillo. Yes, Helene, Megan, it's all about positivity, and so should we. Like, I want to see other members of the Sussex squad one day being like, you know what? I've invested in a company. I've started like a small charity. I don't know. I've started my own business. I've started a blog. You know, that's what I want to see from the squad going forward now. Like, we need to level up with Harry and Meghan. Kat Hallam, you went to Bali in 2018 as well. Oh, that's amazing. It is fabulous, isn't it? I did scuba diving there. Really nice place to do scuba diving, by the way, especially if you're a beginner, because it's a lot less crowded. Not like Thailand, which is very beautiful, but the scuba diving there is very crowded. Um, let's see. Yeah, I'm sure that Megan's team are very aware of the Cardi B lawsuit. Okay, okay. I think I've caught up with most of most of your. Okay, thank you, Anna. One day a week. Thank you. Yeah, I'll do a community vote because also I have to think about going forward in the future. I'd like to be able to, if I ever decided to not do content on the Royals anymore, kind of slide into something else. So I'm thinking about that as well. I don't know if I'm going to be like 50 years old and still talking about the Royals. Maybe I will be. I don't know. Um, Ruth Lopez, they looked in this weird archaic version of the world that no longer exists. Royal courts are not what they are 100 years ago. Are you just referring to how the institution is? Well, yeah, they're very behind, aren't they? Um, Josie, you've given me a name, Lifestyle with the Duchess of Success. Fantastic. Okay, let's get on to today's topic. And I don't know what part of Harry and Meghan have left. Harry and Meghan are no longer on that island. Harry and Meghan are creating a multi level, multimedia corporation these people don't understand. What part of that is so difficult for these people to understand? And I think that the press and the tabloid press and the firm, obviously they know this, but it's the idiots that read the tabloids that don't know this. They don't know what it means to set up a large company like that. They don't know what it means to be someone who's trying to create um, quality work, who's trying to build something from the bottom up because they've never seen that before. They've never seen it in the royals. What they've seen in the royals is a group of people who are born with a silver spoon in their mouth, show up to events and wave. They don't know what true excellence is. They don't know what the hustle is. They don't know what the grind is. And this is where they are going to get left behind, and Harry and Meghan are going to excel because everything that Harry and Meghan are doing are a continuation of what they've done previously. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Harry set up Centre Barley when he was 19 and then went on to start the Invictus Games? Meghan did all the things that we know that Meghan did without listing off her CV. I think we all know how long that CV is. So all of this that you're seeing in the press and the media, it's first and foremost, we know that we want the clicks. Also trying to distract from Prince Andrew. I don't know why whatever Harry and Meghan are doing in their business is more important than the nonce. So that's all this is, guys. They're just throwing something to the wall, hoping it sticks, but it's only sticking with the idiots and the fools. Sylvia, you said the same faces that talk about Prince Diana are still there with their delusional ideas. Yeah. And that's all they have, delusional ideas. They have no creative ideas, no innovative ideas, no ideas that are going to move this institution into the next generation. And the two members of the family that could have helped the institution do that are now gone. Together Cookbook and the Hub Kitchen is open 7 days a week. And one of the members of the Hub has opened her own restaurant. Yeah, that is the impact that they've created. And that is the impact that we as a community are creating. I mean, you think of the money that we have all donated, the communities that we have created. I believe the Sussex Squad Cooking Club, their blog now has something like 300 recipes from 50 something countries. I mean, can you imagine um, how organic and how dedicated this community is to do something like that? You've never seen any other royal have a community like what we've created. And it's because of the work that Harry and Meghan have done. And we can see that they've done not just as working royals, or in the case of Meghan anyway, the work that she did before she became a working royal. We know that we're backing winners. They don't understand because they never built anything like that. Exactly. And for the Daily Fail and all of these big media gossip columns that are printing this story about the Netflix deal and the Spotify deal supposedly falling through, and they're dragging their feet, and now Netflix have got to step in. They know full well how production deals work. It can take years to even just do one or two productions. And so this idea that we were meant to have 20 Oscar winning shows yesterday is just ridiculous. It does not work like that in show business. Yes, Helene, sorry for the sidetrack, but I have to agree with you. Borneo is beautiful. I've seen so many amazing travel vlogs from there, and it's been on my list for a very long time. Sorry for the sidetrack, but I just had to put that up there. Julia, the waves are saying goodbye, dress up, time to live life. Exactly. And I believe that they knew even then that they wanted to, I wouldn't say they wanted to leave, but they definitely wanted to try and come to an agreement or an arrangement where they could have half in, half out, you know? But the firm didn't want that and they couldn't see sense. Oh, yes, it was when he was 19 on his gap year. Thank you very much, Sherry Ware. Yeah, Kelly, they think that they're going to fail and they won't. I mean, all of this is just promotion for Netflix and Spotify. Can you imagine how happy Netflix and Spotify are now? They're absolutely ecstatic. Lily Bell, the rodents and their psychopathic obsession with the Sussex is laughable. They can't believe they got rid of their golden goose. Skull and Bones is not doing it even with all the promotions. Yeah. Mandy, the royals need to be dismissed as just noise and do what Meghan has done and shut them out indefinitely. Speak out when necessary, but join together to bring a new beginning for all of the Sussex squad. Yes, yes. Absolutely, guys and dolls. if it would make me so happy if some of you lot would come in the comment section in a year or two and be like, "And guess what I did? Guess what I started? Guess which one of my investments went through the roof?" I would love that. That's what I want for us. Um, Dilly, Harry and Meghan are not afraid of hard work. Most people don't hard work. They just say they do, but those that do realize there is a clear correlation between work and success. Royal family don't have a clue, and they wouldn't have a clue because their whole institution isn't based on work. It's work. It's based on being a grifter and giving people the illusion that they do work and they do service. They don't. Yes, Harry and Meghan are the real deal. And so this whole thing started because the tabloids basically jumped on um so I don't know if where I actually don't know where it came from, but I think it's because Gimlet, who is the company that Archwell Audio is working for, put out adverts for staff or something like that. And so somehow that turned into Harry and Meghan's Archwell audio is falling apart and blah 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 blah. When actually, to the complete contrary, it shows that it is going forward. They're hiring more production staff, which means that it is going forward. So I don't know how they managed to spin that into it's because it's falling apart. And here, what I've got on the screen, this press release came out in um, December 29th, 2020. And it says that the holiday special was produced by Archwell Audio and Gimlet. So the work that they're doing with Gimlet isn't new. They've been working with them from the beginning. So I think the media is trying to spin it in a way to say that Gimlet came in to help Archwell Audio because Archwell Audio wasn't doing its job properly for Spotify when actually they've been working with Gimlet from the beginning. Um, Ruth Liz's call as a dying remnant of a monarchy that was once omnipotent and can't cope with how it is now. No, they can't cope. And this is why you're now seeing William racing to do his Apple, podcast, walk through the woods, whatever it was. And it's just not sticking. I mean, you've heard nothing about that since. We haven't heard anything about the streaming figures. Mm. Harry and Meghan had a way bigger international profile than anyone in the family. They stand shoulder to shoulder with his mum because they share the same charisma and love for ones with scars. Exactly. Um, Roseanne, I signed up for Netflix and Spotify because of H&M. Yeah. And also, because there was a tweet that was going around trying to link the fact that a whole bunch of people from the UK had left Netflix and trying to correlate that with the fact that Harry and Meghan hadn't put out content. First of all, how are Harry and Meghan responsible for the fact that a whole bunch of people in a completely different country that they don't live in unsubscribe from Netflix? Like, is that they're basically saying that Harry and Meghan are that powerful? Secondly, I subscribe and unsubscribe from subscriptions very, very often. Like at the moment, I'm not subscribed to Netflix because that all the shows that I wanted to watch, I've watched. I'm waiting for maybe something new to come along, and then I'll resubscribe again. So I unsubscribed because I wasn't watching, and people unsubscribe for different reasons. Maybe they want to save a little bit of money that month. So the idea that a whole bunch of people have unsubscribed, like there's so many different reasons, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that Harry and Meghan have not put out any material. Mm, let's see. Josie A, they're being compared to the Obamas. However, who knows who and how long the Obamas work on their Netflix show? I believe the Obamas worked on their show for about a year before it came out. When you're producing a very um, high level audio production, it's a lot of work. And especially if you're creating something that's going to be very immersive, lots of different aspects of sounds. It's not just a case of putting up a mic and talking in the mic. There's a lot that goes into audio production, especially for very immersive, high level podcasts. Cherry Wave, free publicity for Netflix. Yep. H&M products are always brought up and it keeps their projects in everyone's minds. They are saving so much money on press and marketing. I bet they don't even have a press and marketing budget because they're going to get press and marketing whatever they do. They get talked about every time they breathe. Yes, absolutely. That's why the royals told Meghan to be 50% of herself because they're less than 5% of her. Absolutely. Hit the nail on the head there. Star comment. They saw what Meghan did in 2 years with limited resources and with so many roadblocks, and they are running so scared of what she's going to be able to do now with endless Benjamins in her pockets, and Harry too. CMAC, ironically, I'm working on my side embroidery business as I listen to you. 2020 is my year. I plan on leveling up. Congratulations to you. Well done for trying to start a business. Absolutely applaud you for that. And how amazing that you have a skill like that, embroidery. Those are the type of skills that are being lost nowadays. BG Jones, remember the UK MPs asking about the Spotify contract? The dry grass, Cardi B is not. Wait, there were UK MPs asking about the Spotify contract? I didn't know about that. When did that happen? And why are they focusing on the Spotify contract and not their own crimes? Um, Marsha, do you feel that in the future other royals will do the same thing as Harry and Meghan have done? I think so. I don't think they'll have a choice, to be honest. They have to, especially with Charles and his so-called slim down monarchy, they have to find their own way of managing. The On royal family are desperate. They can no longer control the narrative since they have no idea about the Sussexes' business ventures. They're unable to sabotage them. Yep. Mary, this is why most American news outlets will not touch the story because it doesn't make any sense. As I checked, the Obama deals with Netflix taking 2 years and Spotify taking 1 year and 1 month. Exactly. It's mostly British and Australian, I have to say. I've seen a lot of Australian news outlets who are covering this. Yes, Latoya, Harry and Meghan are the blueprint. They are the blueprint. Kenneth, Harry and Meghan are taking their time to make quality products. When we don't hear from them, it's because they're working behind the scenes. When they're ready, they will come forth. Yeah, they will come forth. And the same tabloids that were complaining and making up all these rumors will be the first to cover them. They will watch everything they do. And I actually saw a tweet from someone who said that the fact that they hired I think it was a production something for Pearl, from her experience, meant that they've actually already done a lot of the sound recording. So Harry and Meghan's pipeline is moving along very smoothly. Yes, Carl. Cat Harlem, the walk in the woods. I don't know what it was. Was it a walk in the woods? Walk in the countryside? Walk by the seaside? Whatever it was. You've literally not heard about it since, despite the fact that the Daily Fail gave him an entire front page for it. CMAC, such a silly reach. We've been waiting 2 years for a new season of The Crown, and that is from an established production. Shows how thirsty the British media is. Yes. It must be great for Charles to get updates every single day on how The Crown is going, because you know this season and the next one's going to be brutal. And yeah, people did come out. Some pretty Funny tweets. One Twitter commentator saying the only reason the media is obsessed over Archwell podcasts is because they have zero updates about Harry and Meghan. When they have nothing else to write about, they bring up this podcast as if it as if they didn't slam and complain in the first episode. The press, not H&M, need content. Yes, it's the press that need content, not Harry and Meghan. And that first episode, they did they slammed it. They said it was cheesy. You know, they also are very aware of the fact that Harry and Meghan have the whole Rolodex of influential people in Hollywood and around the world who want to work with them. Mm. Avery, the British royals are very unpopular nowadays, and the British media is focusing on Harry and Meghan to take the negative attention away from the royals. Is their tried and tested tactics? Absolutely. And there was also this tweet from Anna with an A. She said, Kate Middleton will not be expected. Oh, sorry, British media. Kate Middleton will not be expected to increase her workload until her children are in college. Also, British media. Where is 7-month postpartum Meghan Markle podcast? Where is her Netflix show? We've been looking into her business. What's she up to? They are obsessed. They're absolutely obsessed. Oops. Just give me a sec. My screen seems to have frozen. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Just give me a second, folks. Okay. Let me go back to your comments. Yeah, Elaine, it's killing them not being in control. And remember when Harry and Meghan first left initially, all of those silly articles about, oh, the firm has to overlook all of Harry and Meghan's contracts and they're not going to be able to negotiate contracts by themselves. You know, they're going to need help. I'm like, Meghan, who's been an actress in Hollywood for a decade, who's worked with so many different organizations, what, she doesn't know how to pick up the phone and hire a lawyer. She needs help from the firm's lawyers. Are you insane? Sandy Powell, royal welfare recipients, young Brits are going to audit them. Yeah. They should not be getting any more money. That's the one thing I would have. You know, I'm not even bothered about abolish the monarchy or any of that stuff because, like, whatever, I'm going to leave this island eventually. But they should not be getting any more taxpayer money. They don't need it. They're rich beyond anything we know about because they keep it hidden. Yes, it was Richard Eden who was trying to stir stuff up. I think he definitely just needs to be put on ignore. He didn't learn his lesson after he got his master dragged. Let's see. Avery, nowadays we have social media where the media narrative can be challenged, and that's why they're failing so badly because we, the supporters, are here to challenge their nonsense narrative. Yeah. You can just imagine, like, all those years ago, there was no social media. There was only the press. That was the only outlet people had. Um, Actually, and that outlet wasn't even the people's outlet. It was the press, and they controlled the whole narrative. There was no outlet for the people to show their outrage. Um, Helene, it's absurd how many royals are working for the state in the UK. In other monarchies across Europe, most are having jobs like everyone else and do things on the side for their monarch. Yep. And as a result, they don't take as much money. I'm just trying to get through your comments. Currently, UK MPs have not mentioned their contract. Several brothers discussed. Are you talking? Is that a troll? If that's a troll, can someone Okay, never mind. Rosa, do you know the name of the British person that's running People magazine? I don't off the top of my head, sorry. But I think it's best we just ignore People magazine. They're obviously working for KP. Avery, it kills them to know how financially successful Harry and Meghan became. They really wanted them broken and begging, but God is good and sees all the injustices. I mean, I think it's so ridiculous that they honestly thought that two people who have been putting in the work their whole lives were going to be broken and begging. Like at the very, very least, even if they didn't get, $100 million contracts, they would have still been okay. Like we might not have what is it, $14 million home in Montecito, but we'd still have the $2-3 million home down the road. Like they were never gonna be struggling. Like it's just ridiculous. Helene Arking in the Netherlands. Oh, you're from the Netherlands, Helene. Didn't know that. Works part time as a pilot at KLM to keep his license. Oh yes, I've heard this. Our queen has a high job at the UN for inclusive finance, and in some countries she is more known than her husband and the king. Oh, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well done to your royal family. Trying to keep it more real. I'm sure a lot of these royal families, really, where a lot of their money probably comes from is investments, assets, all of those kind of things, reinvesting their wealth. Mm. Andreen, funny how they tell themselves the same ones that said the irrelevant. Now you're looking into their business. Yep, and they won't get out of their business. Oh, by the way, that picture, this one of Harry and Meghan in New York, that's a new picture. It just came out recently. I love that, the skyline in the background. And yeah, now they're looking into business. You know what they're not looking at? They're not looking at the royals that they have on this island. And this is a tweet from Anne Boleyn, who is an amazing Sussex Squad Twitter account. But she Googled Prince William, and all of the articles that came up mentioned Harry and Meghan in some way. And also the article about Kate Middleton, the success of, I think it was Heads Together, had to just mention Meghan. So I think it's just becoming more and more obvious that the interest in the other royals has to be forced. It's it's not organic. Yeah, that's all I really wanted to say about this, guys and dolls. That it's just all hearsay. It's desperation, and we shouldn't worry about it. Harry and Meghan will give us some amazing content, I'm sure, and we've got a lot to look forward to, I'm sure. And not to mention, I mean, Archwell and Audio and the shows that they're doing for Netflix. That's just the tip of the iceberg. And we've got Harry's book. I'm sure. I'm sure Megan is working on some kind of sequel to The Bench, like maybe something for mothers and daughters. We don't know, but we never know what it is that Harry and Meghan are going to give us. We didn't even know that The Bench was coming. So, they're so focused on Netflix and Spotify when Harry and Meghan probably have so many other things plans that are not even related to Netflix and Spotify. So that's how short-sighted they are, and the fact that I'm sure that we're going to see them on more talk shows, see them doing more appearances. They did James Corden and um, Ellen, so why wouldn't they do Seth Meyers or Stephen Colbert or any of these other talk shows or other podcasts as well? So there's nothing to worry about, guys and dolls. Thank you so much, Kay Castillo, for your super sticker. Highly appreciated. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Make sure you check the community tab because I will be doing a community vote relating to what you want me to do with the more inspirational, uplifting content. And as usual, I'm going to get through your comments and then we'll call it a day. So if you want to clock out now, there's nothing else I have to say. I'm just going to go through the comments. Thank you so much for coming and have a wonderful afternoon or evening wherever you are. Okay, let's get through these comments. Sylvia, truly it is the time for the UK and Australia media press to take several seats because they come across as delusional, jealous, petty, hateful, schoolyard bully gossipers. It's truly sad, yeah. And the more do you know, it's gotten to the point now where the more they do it, the more they expose themselves. I do believe that the tide is turning. Sandy, Karma has disconnected the calls coming from inside the house. Are you trying to call the house? Sorry, you have been redirected to Karma, and we're not playing this game anymore. Goodbye. Um, Ruth Avery, the whole royal family is dead, dull, and stunningly average in comparison to H&M. Yup. Nelly, William joke about having a fourth baby. Yeah, I think I saw that. Well, he can't now because he's yelling about Africans having more babies. So surely he can't have another one. Um, I won't read it. I'll just put it on the screen and leave it there. There's that no, no. Um, mm. Kelly, the royal family are shrinking. The working ones are old Fiesta. I mean, Charles going on about slim down monarchy. I feel like they need as many people out there as possible, especially because I mean, Anne does the most work, right? Doesn't make much impact, but she's out there doing that hustle and grind, and them ribbons and waving. Tea Carter, you just wanted something to drink. Something to drink or a reason to drink. Sussex Squad Hour is always a reason to drink. Or Kenneth, I think they admire Harry and Meghan, but they have to pretend not to care. I don't know if they admire them, rather they're just incredibly jealous. Uh, Truthfully, I still believe that Harry planned to leave as soon as he realized Meghan was the one, so he has always had a backup plan and a big nest egg. Yeah, I believe that he always wanted to leave from even before he um met Meghan. He just had to meet the right woman who had the right mindset and work ethic, because there's no way that he'd be able to do everything that he's doing now with some aristo girl who was raised to just marry a rich guy. He wouldn't be able to do that. And he certainly wouldn't have a lot of the connections he has now. People like Serena, who Meghan knew before she ever met Harry. People like Priyanka Chopra, who Meghan also knew before she met Harry. She was already very well connected. And just because you're a royal doesn't necessarily mean that you are able to infiltrate circles like Hollywood. If that was the case, well, then the royals would have done that a long time ago. He needed someone who was already in those Hollywood showbiz trenches to get him in there, and I think that's what they or it's one of those things that they really hate, is that um because Meghan came from that background, she was able to have those connections. Yes, Helene, no clicks without her name. Audrey, I can't wait for the frown from Tyler Perry. I cannot wait to see the royals' reaction. So, sorry, I haven't actually looked into the frown. I thought that it was just a funny promo picture that they did for promotion. So, is the frown actually a um Is it actually like a parody of The Crown? You have to explain it to me. I haven't looked into it. Sorry. Crystal, will chats continue when you leave? You mean when I leave the UK? Absolutely. I'm not giving up this channel anytime soon. I actually plan on doing this for at minimum, guys and dolls. I want to do this for at least 5 years. That is my aim. That's what I have in my mind. So don't you worry, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. After the 5 years, we'll reevaluate, see where I am then. Maybe by then I'll find my own Ginger Avenger, my own Prince Charming. I can stream my wedding. I will literally like do a mock, or not like a mock, like a wedding inspired by Harry and Meghan's wedding, and then put the video up if I find the one. John Black, Prince Harry knew he would have to find a woman that could handle the mess of the UK media, but he didn't realise how racist his family was. Yeah. And not just handle the mess of the media and his family, but also be a hard worker. Alrighty then, let's see who's gonna get the last word. Thank you so much, Church Nelly. Thank you for coming. You have a great day too. Thank you, Danielle. And Helene says, I love it when we shine a positive light on H&M because it's all they're about, and sometimes we need a positive perspective. Amen. And with that, I think we will call it a day. Thank you so much for the mods for jumping on the trolls. I did see a couple. I think I'm going to also put another message in the community tab if anybody else wants to be a moderator, because sometimes it is difficult to concentrate solely on the comments while I'm talking and going through the slides. But thank you so much if you've swatted those nasty trolls. And thank you for coming, everyone. Will I do a live tomorrow? No, I will do a pre-recorded podcast tomorrow and a live on Friday. So have a fabulous day, and I will play us out.